20th Festival Commission meeting. We will call the meeting to order at 7:06. If everyone would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. I would like a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting, March 20th. So moved. John, second. Karen, all in favor? Aye. Any discussion? Moved. All right. Approval for the minutes from the February 20th. Madam Secretary Wendy Kearney got those out in a timely fashion. I would like a motion to approve the minutes from the February meeting. Bridget and Tepper. George seconded it. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay. Before we move on, I just want to point out that Madam Secretary Wendy Kearney is not with us tonight, but we have Miss Kathy Altenberger filling in, and Wendy is off doing a Boy Scout blue and gold thing with her second grader. Hey, Wendy. So thank you. We want to welcome Police Lieutenant Ken Pellin, right? Mr. Pellin, we're not going to call you up here, but he's here taking notes for the reserves and to make sure we have a safe and smooth festival this year. All right. I don't know why the Art Alliance is on here because they're not doing a presentation. But is it okay if I give you guys a brief update? Up until this afternoon, I was going to volunteer for us as a commission to take on that art show because they're doing their coffee bar, and it seemed like someone to do it and some didn't. But Madam President Donna Henson said they're going to go and take control of the art show. So thank you guys for stepping up, Art Alliance, and doing the art show for Island Fest. Any public comment out there tonight? Don't everybody run up here at once. I want to say hello to Miss Kim O'Farrell, our rec director. She's not here tonight, but she's with us in spirit. She'll be back Friday. My reports. All right, guys, I know you're all waiting to see these, especially Scott. You want to pass these down? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Is that enough? Nelson needs one too. This is like the updated budget so far that we have expenditures. Does somebody have one that says Chad at the top of it? Oh, here, switch me out, will you? Those are the secret numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So really, I'm not going to go into detail. You know, we have a private meeting next in April. It's a study session at 6 p.m., 6 to 7 before this one starts. But as you can see, I have literally been involved with everything on this sheet, along with Kim and some of you. If you flip to the second page on that, let me see what you got on yours, John. It ends with parking. You need to add Westcroft underneath the parking because we do rent plants, flowers. We run them for a 20%, whatever they sell them for, we run them for 20% of that cost. But if you can, as you see, there's bands, tent rentals, DJ and sound equipment, our shirts and spiffy jackets. There's nothing under Downriver Printer or Office Max yet because we still got some running accounts going with them that we're going to have for the next few weeks. Foam party, the Wi-Fi, what that's going to cost. Petting zoo. I did meet with, help me out here, Binerdy Farms. I met with the owner, and we're going to put it down right here where the bouncy houses usually go. I'm looking towards Scott down there. So we're going to cut the bouncy house space in half because they really don't bring in a lot, they said. I mean, the numbers we were getting is like $400 or $500 if that. The farms, we agreed on $500 at the last meeting. You guys remember that?
Yep.
So for $500, they're going to come in. They're going to put up a 30 by 40 tent that's going to run along there. I'm going to make sure that the Ferris wheel's at this end and that fireball thingy is going to be at the far end. They guaranteed me that there would be no issues with the animals freaking out or horses. At nighttime, I told him there's a coyote concern around here. He wants to leave. I'm not going to go into detail what he's leaving, but everything's going to be in a tent. They are taking most of the livestock, like the goat. He wanted to leave the sheeps here, and I said, oh my gosh, no, that's like ground zero for the coyotes at the airport. And whoever else might be bouncing around out there. But we have security all night long. But I want you guys to know, too, that we are going to have a petting zoo, that some of the animals are going to be here, which is kind of cool. They're bringing some horses, and it's extra if you want to ride a horse, like we had agreed. But everything else, they have like foxes and llamas and sheep and pigs, and I think they have a calf and exotics. I'm sure an exotic is a red fox or something like that. But so we're kind of excited about that. I said, I just don't want Pete on us or anything like that. Fireworks, you can see the amount that we committed to that, but we'll get double that by the time it rolls around. The magazine things, the fireworks. Well, as the sponsorships increase with income, that number is usually doubled, but we have to guarantee them $8,000 to start the show. Okay. What we budgeted, Scott, was $62,400 back in August. I went back and looked at all the minutes and all that. Okay, here's something cool. The stilt walker. Are we interested in having somebody walk around the festival for a couple hours for $60 an hour? She wanted to be in the parade, and I thought, well, I'm going to talk to the commission Wednesday night and see if we can come up with a time frame. She says she does better on grass. I mean, I can't believe that. Hey, Trish.
Stillwater was in the parade last year, wasn't she?
Yes. But would we rather have her down here, and it's actually cheaper, like I said, $60 an hour compared to what they paid for the parade. And we have to give her at least 2 hours. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. We can have her walk around in the hangar over there. All right, so what day and time? We don't want to do it too late in the night when you got people bumping into each other.
We want to do it, I think, mid-afternoon, kids are here, they'd like a stilt walker.
2 o'clock-ish, maybe?
So like 2 to 4? Yeah. All right.
Saturday?
I would say Saturday, yeah. Excuse me, Saturday 2 to 4. The Roundhouse VIP area, if you see the number went up significantly, that $22 a head is based on 350 people if we guarantee them that.
You know what the number was last year? I mean, attendance-wise?
It was around $6,000. And
Attendance-wise.
we capped off the caterer at 350. You have to give him, they're gracious enough Roundhouse to let us have like 7 days before the event before, but it's always between 3 and 350. We let them know. So, and that price does include the adult beverages that are included in the ticket. So we don't have to worry about that. That had been in discussion a lot.
And they do a good job.
And they do a good job. Okay, Builders Club. They're doing just the beer and wine for the VIP. No, we had one of our girls volunteer, and then I went out and bought a bunch of stuff, beer and wine-wise, and I heard that that's what they said. But everybody's got to know, too, on the ticket itself, it says gates open at 7. Food and beverages are from 7:30 to 9:30. Once 9:30 rolls around, they got 30 minutes till the fireworks start. I mean, pace themselves. I always say this isn't to come in and get all drunk and running around. I got 2 hours of free booze. Yo, dude, where's my Bud Light? What do you mean you don't have bells? And it's cheap wine. Oh, my gosh. But they're pretty good with what they're going to do. So take it up with the caterer and not Chad or any of the commission this year. Buddha Bar, we're going to leave that open because Kathy and Kevin, I'm going to give you the rundown of what we sold last year. We are always able to order more the following day, and they will deliver. So we don't have to worry about that. The parade, thank you for the DDA for picking up the bill of $2,700 to pay for the parade. That's why it says DDA. And then the parking, I'm not sure how Kim's going to work that out. I know we paid those kids to help direct traffic last year. And if you guys can come back with us and have secure hours of when you want them the most, I know it's when it begins for a couple hours, and then maybe when the traffic's letting out for an hour after the fireworks. And
I talked with Kermit before I came here.
right.
He's going to put a schedule together for me. He's also working with the reserves for the police departments to come into the city as well. Their goal, and what we would use them for, is direct.
Could you come up here for a second there and introduce yourself so the rest of the commission knows who this fine gentleman is?
My name is Lieutenant Ken Pellin, been with Rosio for 27 years. Recently promoted to this particular rank and first time in charge of Island Fest. So, as I was saying, Officer Carmack is in charge of our reserves. I spoke with him today. He is going to work with some other reserve departments, Woodhaven, Trenton, to try to have assistance provided by them. Their goal is going to be focusing on the roadways, on Grow Road, Meridian, Parkway, West River, and the ramp. Where we have a big problem is introducing people to the parking area before the fireworks start, and then right at the conclusion. That's where our big flux is. So we're going to try to not only direct traffic on Grosjean, but into Trenton to make sure that the flow is fast. So not just fast, but safe for everybody.
I mean, people got to know, give it 20 minutes, 30 minutes or something like that. It's a fireworks show. There's going to be traffic. Just be patient.
It's going to be an hour.
Yeah, if you're trying to go to work at that time for whatever reason, leave early, but an hour.
Historically, it's an hour to get. If you don't leave right at the conclusion, you're going to be stuck in traffic for an hour. Whether you take West River, you take Meridian, or you try to sneak up the East River, it's an hour.
When I was talking about the big lit sign, you guys usually get that and pick up the tab for that too.
You're talking about right at the crosswalk,
No,
mean
it's
right
the
here?
one down what
Meridian
road is that?
Parkway.
Yeah.
We didn't have a light.
No, not
measure.
Meridian Parkway. It's what goes into the soccer tournament over
Yes.
there.
We are going to arrange for lighting
All right.
for people to cross Grow Road safely. And what we're going to try to do is work with the fire department to make sure Meridian and Grosjean Parkway is lit up as well. It's dangerous for us to be out there, even with reflective vests on. We don't want to get hit. We've had a couple officers almost get swiped a couple times. So, safety is obviously a concern.
Do you have a phone number for that guy that stays overnight here and guards everything? Do any of you?
We're on
I
TV,
think I
right?
haven't. Yeah.
I do not have a phone number for Al.
Well, if anybody knows who wants to make some cash overnight.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have an age limit? Because I can go to some NHS students, or
I would say it have to be 18.
18 is not a problem.
And they get a golf cart, and they get to, as long as they're going to stay awake out here.
Yeah. I worked midnights a couple
Oh,
times, and
all
I've
right.
walked around and I've seen somebody not awake. So
Are they getting paid from us? Never mind. Don't answer that.
we're on TV.
All right. Well, anything that we can do for you, and tell Officer Carmack he's not getting his T-shirts until he shows up at one of these meetings.
Well, he's actually having his first class right now with our new cadets. We have 3 teenagers that are starting our cadet program, so they'll be assisting us at Island Fest this year.
What's the difference between a cadet and a reserve?
Age.
Age?
Reserves have to be 21. Cadets have to be 20 or younger.
Will they be in a uniform too?
They will be in a uniform.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they will be in uniform. They will be accompanying a reserve. They will not be walking around by themselves.
You know, I know when we hire the rec kids that work for us all summer long and stuff, and I think one of the first things Kim says to them, well, you get to work with Chad in festivals, so hold on, So it's a good way to break them in. A lot of crowd control.
I don't know if you guys have reached out to the Boy Scout troop from Trenton, but they typically clean up for you afterwards. I know because my son is an Eagle Scout from that particular troop. And all they do is they come in and they get community service hours, and then the rec department typically allows them to use Centennial Farm for a court of honor. It's a trade-off.
We have worked with many groups. I'm not going to start naming them all, like Rowing Club and Boy Scouts and that on the island. And it's usually the dads that show up because we want that stuff picked up at 1 a.m. We don't want it blowing down a runway all night long. So it seems like every year it gets more and more challenging. We're literally paying the Builders Club $250 to come help set up pipe and drapes and move cinder
Okay.
blocks and stuff. But
These
let
are-
me get back to you. Let me ask Wendy Kearney about that because I know her kids are involved with a lot of that stuff. But
And those are the younger kids. I'm talking about the Boy Scouts. They have to be at least in middle school.
can they come out that late?
Well, they come Sunday. They come Sunday and take the drapes down and move the blocks of cement, and they clean up whatever's in the hangar, and they put it away.
Yeah, we got the Builders Club secured for that. Like I said, we're
Okay.
paying $250. But as
Okay.
far as the cans go, at the end of the night, we don't have anybody for that.
That
And
one I can't answer. My son, he's
right.
already out of Scouts, but
yeah, we we always think about how to go more green too, you know. And I was at Ford Yacht Club's regatta, and they had the simplest thing. It was like they took a regular metal trash bin, they put a piece of wood with the hole that only a can will fit into, or a bottle, and they just put everything in there so people aren't throwing their food containers and all
Yes.
that. I thought, why didn't we think of something like that? Because you can hire a company to go green, but it's really expensive.
You can propose that to the scouts for a project, for an Eagle Scout project. That would be phenomenal.
All right, let's get back to you about the can thing. If you know somebody interested in picking up those cans.
Okay, yeah, I was talking about actually the physical labor of putting away the heavy stuff, not the beverage cans.
Well, we can always use extra help for setup and tear down, but we did commit to the Builders Club. So,
Okay.
all right, thank you. Any questions for Lieutenant up there?
Thank you.
No, we're good. If you got something to do, it's all good. All right. I'm going to announce this at the end. Bridget?
Just so you know, I will be bringing my crew in for half a day, so I just need you to set up, figure out what time and day you want us all here to help out with everything.
Right. If you
I'll have
guys
about
go on to
6 guys.
GrosealIslandFest.com, it has the setup of when we start. But we need your guys probably like Tuesday with the blowers and the power washer.
Okay.
And then, because the kids and stuff are pretty good about the pipe and drape, but I'll get to you with that. Too.
Okay.
Is your mic on down there?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, girl. No, they did it last year. Oh,
Yeah, I was too.
all
Yeah.
right. Well, you got that?
Yeah. We all were, yeah, we were,
I don't remember any of the buildings.
no,
Well, I do remember them there for setup because they were the only ones setting up the tables and chairs, and yeah, they were there for that. So, all right, well, I'll address that. She said the Builders Club
The
wasn't
Builders
there for
Club.
tear down.
I don't think the Boy
Right.
Scouts were there either for tear down last.
no.
And I don't know, all I can tell you is previous years they were, when my son was involved. And it's,
I would love to have them, especially because you probably get some high school.
It's, especially for tear down, it would be great.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just can't imagine why they haven't shown up in the past. You know, that's what I mean. Volunteers are great. And while I'm on it, we have 117 slots on our volunteer sign up. We got 6 names. We got 6 people. I'm sorry, 6 slots, 3 people signed up for 6 slots. So we are 10 weeks out from this event. We need to push volunteers on GrosealIslandFest.com. And when I put something on Facebook, I expect everybody to share it. It only takes one push in the right-hand bottom corner because we need to get those volunteers. It's the people that say they're going to do it and then they're not there. So,
Well, I can say soccer schedules are just now coming out, so people don't know what they're doing that weekend. It's also graduation weekend, so there people are, I know I'm figuring out my plan. So if you're looking for families, there's just,
well, that's just the seniors, isn't it? Our kids are still in school till what, the second week of June?
Yeah.
So,
right, but I'm just saying there's a lot, there's things that still are going on. People are figuring out their schedules. It's hard to commit this far in advance right now.
but the festival's been planned for 3 years in a row. I just wish people would plan more around festival. I get that they have graduations and that the kids have to go do stuff. It's like the National Honor Society. Every year I hear, oh, go on there, and these kids have to do hours. And then I hear, oh, well, the seniors are done with school in May. They don't want to do anything. And then one kid signs up and nobody else doesn't. So we just got to stay positive about it and, keep reaching out to everybody. A community of 10,000, we should be able to fill 117 spots. If each one of you just got 4 friends or family members, we'd be good to go for half of our 117 spots. With that being, let me see. Is that the end of my chairperson's report?
Chad,
Sir,
TJ Monty.
yes.
What is, I don't know if you recognize what.
He does our sound equipment and lighting, and they have a guy here, and John usually runs with them. We need to have a more detailed of what's going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So when their sound guys come in, they're not walking in blind and, you know. so
Okay, I just didn't
provides the
recognize
sound
who it
and
was.
lighting. And he's top notch.
They paid for the haunted hangar. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're the ones that did all that cool stuff for the haunted hangar,
Yep.
which we got like $7,000 worth of stuff for $1,500. So
Yeah.
they're really good, professional. We've gone through pros and cons with different companies. So speaking of sponsorships, River Oaks, I want to give them a new shout out. They're one of the new real estate companies. They came to me and they asked if they could possibly do a sponsorship where their logos are on the cups that we use at the Buddha Bar. I went online and looked, and it's pretty pricey. Anybody got any input on how all that works? Karen, you should know about that stuff.
So, what do they want to do now?
They want to take a plastic cup that we use at the liquor bar, and they want their River Oaks
River Oaks on it.
on it. Yeah.
And how many are you talking?
Or you order, the cheaper it
Right,
is.
yeah.
What kind of price, when you looked online, what kind of
I
price?
was just looking at plain cups, and you can get like 100 cups for $12.99 up to, you know, if you get someone with gold rings. We can do Amazon, or we can do what's the big fundraising thing that you use?
I might have somebody to do the printing on them.
Do they have to be,
Imprint, is that that local company?
Yep, that's what we use.
do they have to be reusable? Like,
No, they can't
so,
be.
okay,
reusable,
so
no.
just, yeah, leave that with me. I have
14
some
ounce.
sources that I'll contact and I'll get you a price.
14 ounce clear plastic, and then I would think their logo would be etched in it.
That's the size we use for the Buddha bars, 14 ounce?
Yes, because the beer's 12 ounce, right?
We don't.
We don't do beer, but I'm positive it's 14 ounce. I'm positive. Yeah, but you fill ice, you put a shot, you put drinks in it. Yeah, I heard there were some heavy pours last year.
Yep.
Not us.
Not me.
No.
George.
I've heard that, and I've heard about napkins. Oh, yeah. You know, you're not supposed to take anything from Budweiser, Miller, or any of them. But what's Barb's last name that teaches that class every year? Barb, the Liquor Control Commission. So it's Barb Sebastian, yeah. Right. Right. Yep. And the mats that you sit your drinks on, do you guys know that? And you're not supposed to have napkins with things on it. It's called like payola type thing or something. You guys know? Well, tell them we're going to use it for the cranberry juice. Oh, oopsie. Go ahead and look into that, all right?
I will.
5,000.
Yeah.
5,000, yeah, 14 ounce. Jam sponsorships. Okay, I'm good with my report. Let's move on to Mr. Nelson, Township Liaison.
I have a couple questions, Chad.
Sure.
Or, I guess, more than just statements. Joyce Reedy in Rotary, they're going to have a booth, and they're going to be right next to River Oaks, she told me. And so Joyce is going to person both booths, which is really cool, I thought. And does Alvy have a booth?
Yep. Their insurance has been submitted. Their payment's been submitted. We want to welcome them. You're talking about Alvin's Barbecue, right? Alvy's Barbecue.
Yeah.
They're going to be out back here.
Okay.
You know, I talked to him. I talked to Big Al just last week. Joyce did send an email to the website, and she also told me in her new building. So yeah,
Beside himself. I hope he's not.
I just told Joyce. I said, when you put the one from River Oaks, make sure you put by Rotary, please. So in the shuffle.
New house is wonderful that they're just moving into.
That's a big shout out, Joyce. I'm sure you're watching.
Yeah.
Anything else, sir?
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you. We have no action items. We will get to discussion items. The car show, Jackie Snow Davies, I talked to her a few weeks ago. Did we discuss this at the last meeting? That about having a car show? Because it was not on the agenda, and it totally slipped my mind.
And
until
no, we didn't talk about it.
Somebody emailed the website and said, hey, what's up with the car show this year? Sunday, noon to 3. It usually doesn't cost us anything. By the $10 admission fee, it pays for their DJ they put out there. They put some oldies guy out. Last year she did really good, but we didn't do it because it was supposed to rain and it didn't. But
I'm not following what,
car show, North Lot out here on Sunday from noon to
Okay.
3. And I was going to ask you if you wanted to be involved with that, with Jackie Davies. Scott, you. 'Cause we
Nice
got
try.
a parade guy
Nice
down
try,
here.
Scott.
I know, so Bridget.
sure.
I'm going to put you in contact with her. She's an island lady and real pretty too. And Jackie, we're going to get with you. Any comments about a car show?
You said something about $10, what, I'm not sure if following any of that.
They charge a $10. If you want to be in the contest, they get like first, second, third place, and to purchase the trophies and that, and towards the DJ, she has $10. They don't have to, but it's kind of sketchy if they pull up and you don't do it.
Someone won the chart we've had about once a week.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened to that. They were doing it for a while last summer.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, they were.
But I think it's a nice addition for us. A lot of car collectors, and it brings people over.
Cool. So car show, everybody's like on board with that.
Where did you say it was again?
In the north parking lot where the phone party is going to be Friday and Saturday, Lieutenant. We are doing the phone party both nights. Okay. Are you aware of that? Yeah, we went to 2 this year. All right. What? All right. Art show, Stillwater, we said 2 to 3 hours Saturday.
And the art shows, Art Alliance, correct?
The art show is the Art Alliance. Yeah, that's going to be inside the hangar. We did purchase some really cool big banners that are going to go in the hangar over the Buddha bar that says cocktails, and it's got little fancy glasses that's 7 feet tall, but it's only about 3 feet wide, but it's really cool. Island Roots, Rich Brower's helping me with the waterfall, hopefully. That's something we could do Tuesday night, too. I'm putting a baby pool in there, Bridget.
Yeah.
And we got 3 rolls of fake grass, really cool. And it's like 20 feet long in 3 sections. And we're going to put a baby pool, and we're going to take those cinder blocks and just crisscross them like that. Rich Brower's got I don't know what a sub pump in, but he says it will pump the water really good.
Yeah.
And put a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch tube, run them up to the cinder block, boom, there's my water fixture I've been wanting for 5 years.
Yeah.
And we'll put that by the bar area. We're just trying to get things to get
That'll be
people to come
cool.
in. The DIA, you're all aware of them. They're coming on Saturday. They're really excited about that. They're, the Art Alliance hooked that up too. So Scott, you got the car show. John, I'm going to get you the band riders, so we know how many green M&Ms to order for the divas and what kind of sparkling water they're going to want behind there.
On this list of expenses, is the banner on here?
No, that banner will fall under Downriver Printer. On the first page, there's a space. See Downriver Printer?
Got it.
And we get lawn. We have to still order lawn signs like for parking directions or past parking only. Kathy and Kevin know about the Buddha bar. George, you got the parade. Trish, you're going to be helping with setup or tear down, right? Or sign in. You said sign in.
Yeah, except Thursday night I have graduation.
But Fridays you're good. All right.
Tired, we have the all-night party Friday night, or Thursday night, but I'll come right from that.
My niece wants to have her all-night party. She lives in Cleveland.
But this
Come
is
up to
something the
mansion.
school does. I mean,
No.
they go right from graduation to the Y for lock-in.
Yep.
Congratulations, your kid's done. Your son has just done really well with his. Oh, thanks, Chad. That's a nice shout out. Brandon, right?
Brendan.
Brendan, yeah. All right. Let's start with comments. Trish, you got something for us down there?
Nope.
Kevin?
Oh, I'm all good.
George?
I'm good.
John?
Just going back to the bands, did we add the 10x10 tent behind the stage for their dressing room?
So they don't need to get in Township Hall, right?
We want to eliminate that debacle.
Yeah, but where's the band thing at on here? I'll just put 10 by 10.
What was that?
No, they all just need their beverages. One thing is, you know, where Duncan doesn't want, I mean, he's so adamant about not having cars and trucks back there, but the sound guys have to have their truck back there. I think the bands need to stay, you know, their trucks or whatever, they bring their equipment in.
Trailers.
Are we going to be able to fit a 10 by 10 back there?
Yeah, yeah.
We'll make sure it's done. So then if you notice under where it says S&B tent rental, that price is going to go up too. Everything I wrote is in pencil. I just photocopied all yours, but all these prices are subject to change. So 10 by 10 for dressing room. This, oh, right, with sides. Oh, that would not go. Solid sides, not with the little windows, right? Anything else, sir?
I'm good.
Ms. Secretary, Kathy?
Good.
Karen?
I just want to say that if you sign up to volunteer, you get this really cool shirt. And
Oh, right, stand up and show them the back of that too. Karen's going to
back
model our
of it
volunteers.
is just really awesome.
All right, there you go. Stop for a minute. Let them focus. Cameras. There you
There you
go.
go.
Hashtag Love My Island. You just need to sign up on the volunteer site, and you get a swanky, one-of-a-kind T-shirt.
That color's great too. Whoever picked that out did a good job.
Thank
We
you.
all did.
Haven't had the input with the red, but I'm going to give him that.
All right, let's give him.
We all agreed
kudos.
upon it.
Thank you, Karen. And also, since if anybody needs them, I have sponsorship forms right here with Groseal Island Fest envelopes. Grab one or two on your way out. I think I gave you each one with an exhibitor form. The exhibitor forms are online at GrosealIslandFest.com. Okay, Scott?
I have a calendar. Can you take me through, like, the week before, or duties, or what needs to be covered, or?
Yeah, I thought we ran through that in the last meeting, but okay, here we go. Monday is Memorial Day, so nothing there. Tuesday, starting at like 3 in the afternoon, we get the blowers in there, start going. I think Bridget gets done around 5 or 6, right? Mm-hmm. And then I got a couple of the
I'll cut that day early so I can get down here.
couple of recreation guys will be in here helping us too to clean that hangar. We do not bring the sweepy truck in anymore because it just made the dirt more like mud.
Are
after
we
it
using
retreated.
power washers?
Yeah.
So I should bring one?
Yeah, you got a killer power washer.
I do.
Oh, I had to watch not to swear there. All right, so that's Tuesday, and that's usually pretty late. Wednesday, I get here about 10 in the morning. We start setting up the pipe and drape. We mark off the floors, which I need kids to help because I'm not breaking my back marking off those booths. And that takes up Wednesday. So that floor's got to be dry and clean by Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. So all booth, pipes, and drape, the tents all get delivered on Wednesday. Tables and chairs. Kathy, you don't got to write all this down.
I want to.
So should I bring my crew back Wednesday afternoon, round 3 or 4 for tables and chairs?
You're the boss, so you can probably schedule that, huh? That would
Well,
be...
I don't want to bring them off a job
Right.
if you've got people set up to do that.
Well, let's see how many of the kids we get. I know the Builders Club and the other kids can't get here till like 3:15 or 3:20 or something like that because they all are in school still.
School's out at 2:30. Yep.
All right. So we'll put that on hold, Bridget, with your
Okay,
group for
well,
Wednesday.
I'll just leave that one up in the air and
right.
we'll figure it out. Okay.
Thursday between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., all the vendors can start coming in.
What are our duties during that?
Sign in. If they ask for me, I'm not around. No, there'll be ladies up there helping with that too.
Ladies.
So Trish, are you available Thursday too or no?
I have to check my work schedule.
All right.
I'm not sure if I can get off 2 days in a row.
That's what I thought.
I don't get much vacation.
And, as long as I know ahead of time, I can be up here too.
You said ladies will be here.
I meant that is because like it's all right. There'll be people here to set up, so you could be down here, and that would be great.
Okay.
And then they have until. Yes,
Like the recreation staff is usually.
8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Friday. They can still come in and set up
I missed that one. 8 to 2.
on Friday. And then if they don't have their cars moved, they can get towed, I've been told. So we need to have that parking lot cleared up because festival starts at 4, foam party starts at 6. And if you go on GrosealIslandFest.com, Scott, all those things are listed right there and all those time frames.
Whereabouts is it? On the website or?
Oh, let me show. Camera people, flip to this website, please. Can you see up there where it's going to say volunteer? Every page on the website has volunteer right there. See that? Click on that. The only thing that's not on here is the bartenders and the food vendors because, Kathy, all right, there we go, volunteer. And all you do is, add your email and then add your email a second time. Put in the slot you want. Ooh, we got high running Wi-Fi here at Township Hall. Huh? Can you do something about that, Mr. Nelson? And where's that page?
It's
Oh, it's still loading up there.
still loading. Just be patient.
Oh,
no.
Kathy.
I didn't lose a thing. Look, there it is. It's
Still loading. Anyways, if you go on there and click on volunteer, it pulls everything up. That's embarrassing.
Here we go.
All right. Yeah, this is good because we can walk the public through it too. Okie dokie. See where it starts on Wednesday? And it says hanger setup. Keep going down, down. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then if you click on the paragraph right there, it will say, smiling help needed for the info booth, or strong people to move cement blocks. Doesn't say that, but similar. And thank you, Trish, because she went in here and helped update all this. And it takes you right up until closing on Sunday for cleanup crew. So you just sign up, sign up. All right, now close that one, please, and go back to the home screen.
Close at 5?
Or they can start loading on
4?
loading
4, that's right.
I want to tell everybody that I have a couple. Oh, I'm sorry. Scott, anything else?
Revenue side, in terms of how does the carnival work?
We are going to cover all that on next month at the
Okay.
pre-meeting. All right. I'm
All
not
right.
going to go into too much of that stuff right now. Yeah, it's a study session. But it generates. Okay.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Bridget Hurst.
I'm good.
You wear your blue rec jacket. Oh, no, the festival. All right.
Festival, it's festival.
Couple shout outs. 4th of July fireworks.
Before you get
Yes.
started, back to set up on Thursday, is that when we'll bring in all the fence to enclose the site? Do you want to do that Thursday or Friday morning?
I would prefer to have that brought in late Wednesday if you can, because the tents and tables all come Wednesday. Or whatever you're good with, George, but the tents all go up Wednesday day. And if you guys, you can have them, I don't need to pay over or have them like that.
That's fine. I just wanted to see if it was Wednesday or Thursday.
But I'm sorry, Kathy. Do you want to announce that coming up? It's a fundraiser, and it's Drag Queen Bingo.
Okay, we have a fundraiser coming up, the Stepping Stones Therapeutic Riding 13th Annual Steak Dinner and Comedy Show prevents Drag Queen Bingo. Saturday, May 4th, at the Flat Rock Elks on Telegraph. It's $30 a person with cash bar. There's purchase of table of 8 will receive 40 raffle tickets. It includes steak dinner, steak potato salad, roll, dessert, and coffee and tea. Chinese raffle will be taking place. If you are able to donate a prize, please contact us. Is this on a website or? Okay. How? Do you want me to give them your email? Okay, so
What was that date again?
May 4th, Saturday.
This is being held at Flat Rock at the Elk Center, but it's going to be a really cool event, and us being a good, fun commission. Anybody can partake, it should be fun.
Those are fun.
So doors open at 5:30, ball drops at 7:30, and featuring Chanel Hunter.
It's such a good joke, but I can't go there. Chanel Hunter. Woo! All right. Also, something else the Festival Commission should be involved with, Festival and Events Commission, I should say. Trenton is doing their fireworks on Thursday, July 4th. We're planning a big party at Water's Edge. I think by the two commissions, Recreation and Festival, working together. We're going to use their fireworks show as a backdrop. Smokies is in on it. We're going to have hopefully late swimming at the pool. And I was there by myself last year. How pathetic is that? I sat at Smokies by myself while I watched the fireworks. But the parking lot is packed at the marina. There are people tailgating up in the parking lot by the pool. It just looked like a really good time. I thought there was so much missed revenue there that we could be bringing in because the restaurant wasn't open either, but we've worked with them. Yeah, so mark your calendars if you're around town, 4th of July at Water's Edge. Yeah.
How was the view through the bridge? Is that?
It's good. I mean, if you're, well, Bridget's got the best view where she's at, but if you're by the bridge, everything goes pretty high, and there's some stuff lower. You're going to miss a few things, but it's about the camaraderie and being in town and getting people to do more than, yeah. So it's good. I'm excited. 4th of July. And then don't forget, next Thursday at 6 p.m. is the recreation meeting, which is also televised, and we have all kinds of fun events coming up. One thing, you guys, the Easter egg hunt. I know that some of us don't have kids, but it's Saturday, April 13th, and that's one of the biggest things that we do on the, or besides this festival. We get 300 to 400 people out there with their Easter eggs.
When does it start, Chad?
The Easter egg one?
Yeah.
Starts at 10 a.m. Why I know all this stuff off the top of my head. It's kind of scary, but anything else, guys? This was a good meeting. I want to propose that we do the study session at 6 p.m. on April 17th. Everybody good with that?
Yes.
That'll give us an hour of, we won't do it in here. We'll either do it down the hall or downstairs. 6 p.m., yeah, for this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wait, if it's a study session, that would have to be at 5, right? Because our meeting starts at 6. Oh, no, you're right.
7.
I got the, sorry, wrong commission. Yeah, 6 p.m.
What's the subject of this meeting?
Well, we'll have most of the layout done. I know you've been asking about the layout and tweaking things, discussing things that we're not going to cram on camera. And it's just something we need to do.
Obviously.
I think that more conversation takes place when we're not live on TV. But that's all good. Right? Madam Secretary, are you good with that?
I'm good.
I need a motion to adjourn this meeting at 7:47, please.
So moved.
John, second.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Island